Hello friends, welcome to my channel Speak Root. Today we're going to listen to a powerful story based on I read this children's book daily to speak better. It's going to be emotional, deep, and maybe even life-changing. If you're new here and haven't subscribed yet, please do because I upload one inspiring English learning story every single day. I was born in America, but I still couldn't speak English the way people expected me to. I still remember lying to my boss saying I had a migraine just to skip a client call. I wasn't sick. I was ashamed, and that shame nearly broke me. Until one day, a children's book, just 20 pages long, saved my voice. My name is Diego Martinez. I was born in McAllen, Texas, right at the border with Mexico. My parents were immigrants. My dad worked at a local factory, and my mom cleaned houses. We spoke Spanish at home. That was our world. At school, English felt like a wall. Big, cold, unforgiving. I could write it, read it, but speaking, that was another story. In high school, I got by. Teachers were kind, classmates and patient, but I always stayed quiet in class discussions. Because every time I opened my mouth, I felt exposed, like I was showing them I didn't really belong. By college, it got worse. I studied computer science. My grades were solid, but my professors kept saying, "You need to participate more, Diego." I wanted to say something back, I really did, but the words felt like bricks in my throat. After graduation, I landed a job at a tech startup in Austin. It was a dream come true, until I got put on a team with American-born colleagues who talked fast, joked constantly, and used slang I'd never heard before. And the client? A fast-talking guy from New York who didn't wait for pauses. The first time I had to speak on a call, I froze. I mispronounced a word, then another. I heard someone on the other end whisper, "Can someone else explain?" That whisper stayed with me for weeks. I stopped turning on my mic during calls. I wrote long emails just to avoid meetings. Once, I even told my boss I had a sore throat so I wouldn't have to do a product demo. I hated lying. But more than that, I hated the sound of my own voice. One Friday evening, I visited my niece. She was 5, full of energy, and asked me to read her a bedtime story. She handed me a tiny book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I laughed and said, "Seriously? This one?" She nodded and jumped into my lap. So I read it, out loud, slowly. And something strange happened. For the first time in months, I wasn't thinking about grammar. I wasn't afraid of messing up. I was just reading, and I felt free. That night when I went home, I downloaded the book on my phone. Then I read it again, then again, 10 times in total, out loud. Each time I felt more relaxed. The next day I went to a bookstore. I walked to the kids section and picked up a stack. Brown Bear, Good Night Moon, Where the Wild Things Are. I bought them. All of them. And that night I started a new routine. Every evening I read one child's book out loud. Not in my head loud enough to hear my voice. I focused on rhythm, pauses, and tone. I let my mouth move the way it wanted to. No pressure, no fear. It felt silly at first. A 27-year-old man reading picture books to himself in a studio apartment. But slowly, it started to change me. My pronunciation got clearer. My hesitation got shorter. My fear started to fade. 2 weeks later, I was in a Zoom meeting. My boss asked me something directly. For the first time, I didn't say, "Can I type it in the chat?" I answered out loud. Just one sentence. But it felt like climbing a mountain. I started adding new layers to my practice. I'd mimic cartoon voices, pause like a storyteller, record myself, and listen back. I didn't care how ridiculous it looked, because I knew I was healing something deeper than grammar. My confidence grew. One day, I led a small team meeting. Later, I did a short demo for a client. Then, I got invited to speak at an internal company webinar. Each moment scared me, but each moment proved I can do this. It wasn't a language course that helped me. It was storybooks. It was safe. It was play. Those little books gave me a space where I could mess up, learn, and grow without judgment. I remember once, my roommate saw me reading The Cat in the Hat. He said, "Dude, are you serious?" I smiled and replied, "This is how I'm learning to speak like an American." He didn't get it, but I didn't need him to. Now, 3 years later, I train junior engineers. I run weekly calls. I even speak at conferences, not because I have perfect English, but because I believe in the voice I spent years hiding. Sometimes, when I'm feeling nervous, I still read The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Not because I need it now, but because it reminds me where I started. From that 20-page book to the world. If speaking fluent English has been a struggle for you too, I know how it feels. I went through it too, but one small thing changed my life, something I still use. I've left a special link in the description for you. Don't forget to check it out. Thank you, friends.